Good morning and good afternoon, good evening if you're listening from around the world. My name is Dr. Clifton Kenon Jr. I am a scientist by training. I'm a dog breeder and I'm an owner of Chic Chioux USA, which is a Lhasa Apso breeding program and kennel. We exhibit our dogs all over the world. And today we're here to talk to you about why we use BJ's Raw Pet Food in our breeding program and why our partnership has created the success that we're so very proud of. So in a breeding program, nutrition is a foundational pillar. It's a part of your paradigm associated with your genetics and your conditioning and your temperament. Nutrition plays not only a role in your dogs, it plays a role in the dogs that you're producing, and it plays a role in what you're able to do as far as breeding. We had used a variety of kibbles, and we just were not getting the results that we wanted, whether it was ear infections or coats not being as illustrious as what we would prefer for them to be for competitive abilities in the show ring, dealing with recalls and reading what was infinity ingredients as a scientist, some of which I even had to look up, preservatives and so forth. So we thought there just has to be a better way. And it was true serendipity that we ran across Chris and BJ's, and it was even more serendipitous that that place was here in the same county that I lived in. So we're still with them, and our experience has been the old way of customer service, like the customer service that does not exist anymore as we think about our contemporary society. What do we love about BJ's so much? One, it's the reality is that the food is being sourced in a place that we live. It is being shipped out. It's being stored and put together in very sanitary conditions by a family. BJ's is a family-ran thing, and if you go there, there's no hiding what they're doing. We have puppy buyers that come from all over the United States and all over the world, and we universally send them over to BJ's so they can experience it for themselves, and they all come back with the same consistent story. This is a real working farm where people are dedicated to making pet food that is consistent, that is of high quality, and that is of optimal nutrition to meet the customer's needs. And that's why we stand by BJ's more so than just standing by Raw. We stand by BJ's as our preferred Raw brand because it's real, it's tangible. You can touch it, you can feel it. They're real people that are really concerned about you and your animals. So I think general benefits of feeding raw are consistent across all breeds of dogs, whether you have a toy poodle and a Maltese to a Great Dane or a Scottish Deerhound. We stand by raw feeding because we've seen it work. We have enough experience to where we saw outcomes that we tracked as it related to litter size, semen analysis, overall condition, and the ability for moms or our bitches to rebound back to their pre-pregnancy state, etc. We've seen the notable differences between kibble and what we have with raw. So those are just the benefits of using raw that we've seen in a breeding program that's quite robust. As far as our pet owners, we unanimously hear from pet owners, our feeding times are so simple. We never have to worry about if the dogs are going to eat all of their food or not. Our dogs are eating the food immediately as we put it out. They love it. We've transitioned our other dogs from kibble over to raw now, and we would never go back. So it's not just our story. Everyone that we interact with that has got onto BJ's, none of them have ever backtracked that. And in the last 4 years, we have probably started 50 to 60 families on raw feeding. We wholeheartedly recommend the use of raw feeding for all dogs. We recommend that you work with BJ's Raw Pet Food because it's a human-centered design approach and a human-centered farm and company that's meeting the needs of people through the lens of people that are using raw themselves. And we recommend that you go by and see the farm for yourself so you can see that this is a real life endeavor where there's real people that are incredibly personable, that will sit and talk with you about your needs and not put pressure on you to buy stuff that you don't need. Very different than going to a pet store or going to a dog food boutique where the prices are astronomical and the nutrition is not comparable.